This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs. What's up, everybody? I am Travis C.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And welcome back to another episode of this freaking show. It is the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. Summer break is over. An unexpected summer vacation, but
That's kind of nice though.
it was a great break. It's weird because even with the week off I had like 2 weeks ago, I am still burnt out and exhausted.
That's how
And
burnout works, man. It takes more time to recuperate
yeah,
sometimes than to burn out.
yeah. I'm glad we get back to do this though. I'm glad we're doing it on Saturday morning, which is nice. Kind of get back to how we did it for a little bit.
Yeah, my only regret is I didn't get up early enough to make coffee.
You didn't.
Oh,
Geez, so what's in your freaking cup?
I got nothing. It's empty.
Not even water, huh?
Not even water.
Man, I got water. I'm trying to do this new thing now. I started new thing, but I'm going to be starting this new thing tomorrow where I wake up early enough first off, I wake up early enough to show up to work on time because granted, it's not a big deal that I'm always 5 minutes late, but there are times where I'm like 10 minutes late because traffic is garbage. But I'm gonna be focusing on this whole new schedule of life, I guess. I'm finding out that Chat GPT is evil because
Yes.
it's so convenient. But I
Also,
basically
also, it's a hallucination machine. Decide to lie to you to tell you what you want to hear more than what's true.
yeah. Well, that's when like it tells me like when I throw some stuff in there, like, ooh, that sounds like a great idea, and then it creates it. I'm like, that don't sound great. Like that's just crazy. I asked Chat GPT, I'm like, listen, this is my goal. This is what I want to do. Put together a schedule for me, and it listed out a wake up schedule to include DDP yoga workouts and how long I need to sleep. That's best for me. Time schedules for drinking water, like all this stuff. And one of the things is to like the first thing I should do in the morning is go downstairs, grab a bottle of water, sit outside for 10 minutes, and drink the bottle of water. And I was like, I can do that, let Cooper out, let him run around, sit outside for 10 minutes, drink a bottle of water, whatever, come back in and start my workout. Now I know like in the morning when I do this, it's going to be a little bit rough because it's not daylight out, and the whole point is to get the sun rays to get the UV rays and everything. But I guess just the idea of being out in nature is supposed to kind of help you, and so I figured why not.
Yeah.
So this morning I gave it a shot. I woke up this morning and I went downstairs and grabbed a bottle of water and sat outside, and
Nice.
Cooper ran around, did his stuff. I drank a bottle of water. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is kind of nice. This is gonna suck in wintertime, but whatever.
Winter is when it's bracing.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Let's see.
I love being outside in winter. It used to be my favorite thing was to take a shower, nice hot shower, and
Yeah.
then go just like throw a towel on, and then just go stand outside in the cold. The best. Really wakes
Sounds,
you up. Refreshing.
sounds like hypothermia, Joe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you only stay out there for like maybe 5-10 minutes maximum.
okay. I I what was I gonna say?
I don't know. You never
Well,
guess.
no, yeah, I know it's crazy. No, so the only time I ever really stood outside in wintertime was when I was still smoking.
Mm,
Um, Ever since then, like I really don't go out into the backyard when it's wintertime and stuff like that. Now I don't mind being out there and when it's like a little bit chilly, but the snow hasn't really fallen or hit yet.
mhm.
But it's now like okay, like so if the snow falls, like do I stand outside? Like now I gotta put shoes on. Well, right now I'm going barefoot. Like, well, I guess I could technically go out there barefooted, and people are doing these, these ice baths and all this stuff. Like, I mean, it's probably not that much far off. And I do want to start incorporating uh cold showers into my routine because
Nice.
it's supposed to kind of help with circulation. It's supposed to help with I think in a way it's supposed to kind of help shrink like saggy skin in a way.
Interesting.
But and there's a lot of benefits to it. It's supposed to help wake you up and all. It's a bunch of different things.
It
So I
does
was
do
like,
that.
yeah. So I do kind of want to try to like incorporate that in, but it's definitely a shock to the system. But I'm gonna try. There's a lot of different things I'm looking at doing, looking forward to doing, and stuff like that. But
Nice. Nice. I'm not a fan of a cold shower. I respect people who do them. Oof.
I
Oof.
don't know anyone who says like I do cold showers because that's the norm in my life, and that's just how no, I mean there's a reason they're doing it, and I think it has to do with either health or the fact that they just have a hard time waking up in the morning.
I don't know if it's true or if it's something that used to be true and he doesn't do anymore now that he's older. Uh, my dad used to always talk about how he would take hot showers in the summer
Yeah.
and cold showers in the winter because he believed that the hot shower would thin his blood so that he wasn't as hot during the day, and the cold shower would thicken his blood so that he'd be warmer in the winter day. Now, I don't know if that's true either way, but I could see like conditioning yourself to be able to handle more extreme temperatures just by getting used to the idea of those extreme temperatures first thing in the morning. But
Yeah. Okay.
that was a game
Uh,
regularly.
I mean that sounds like a Carl thing. I've never heard him say that, so I'm gonna assume that he hasn't done that in quite some time. But I mean, who knows? That dude probably jumps in the shower and just assumes that hey, whatever water hits me. We're just gonna move on for the day.
See that?
Uh, but I mean, and it's weird because and I think that's where a lot of like the thought process and like what we do in our lives comes from is we heard it once a long ass time ago. We heard someone else say it, and now it's just kind of ingrained in us to be like, oh yeah, like if you do this, that, or the other thing, like technically it's like wait what? It's like, hold on, if I take hot showers, it's my body's going to stay cool throughout the day, but if I take cold showers, my body's going to stay warm all day. Like who told you that? I'm like, I don't know, I just know I've heard it somewhere. Like,
Yep. Old
okay,
dad used to say that.
okay. So I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can believe it. I don't know if the reasoning for why it works is true, but
Mm.
I can see like, if you wake up, you take a cold shower, that is such a miserable way to start my day that I think that no amount of cold outside of my house would bother me. Because I already had the worst thing that could happen that day, temperature wise, happen.
I can say that for a spicy story, I used to shower with my girlfriend back when I had one. And women, for those who don't know out there, likes to bathe in boiling water. That's uh that's something that I have witnessed several times,
Thing that I have
and
heard also.
it's horrible. Um, I remember when I used to take those showers. I would get out of the shower and I'd be like drying off, getting ready for the day, and I'd already start sweating.
Yeah,
And I don't know if it's because like they would say it's like, oh, it's because your pores are opening up. And I'm like,
could be.
possible, but at the same time, like, I don't know if I'm just still wet from the shower or just my body just
Yeah,
is like because I
humidity
mean,
in the room,
but
right?
in but that's in the whole point of sweating is to cool your body down.
Huh?
So it's like, okay, cool. So do I want to work my body into overtime to cool itself by now I'm sweating all over the place? Like,
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, yeah. So take moderately hot showers, slightly more to the warm side than, hell. But yeah, just I don't know. Like it's good for the women out there who want to take those scalding hot showers. I can't do it.
But if you want to take a hot shower, a really, really hot shower that would give me a second-degree burn, by all means. I don't like getting burned. I've been burned.
No,
It's not a thing I like.
no, no. And the thing is, like, especially it was worse. And I think my ex used to do it with me just to mess with me. Is like I always had to be between them and the shower head. And for me, the most sensitive parts of my body is my back and my back and back end. So
Mhm.
when the hottest water in the world is hitting the most sensitive part of my body, so they're comfortable, to hell with you.
No, thank you.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I hope you and your husband are miserable in your hot showers right now. Uh, okay, so we plan to do this thing. It's for anyone who's about to hear this. I agree, it's stupid, but it's gonna be fun. Um, so a couple years back, we did this bracket thing on who the toughest president was. I can't remember who. I think it was either Roosevelt or Lincoln came out on that one. I can't remember. But we did like who the most badass I think president was.
Yeah, either
Uh,
of them would have been fantastic. Also, Jackson should have been up there too if he wasn't.
I think Jackson was up there. I don't remember when we did it, but I'm sure we're gonna circle around into the hey, check out this event in Facebook history, or I can probably just Google it. I'm sure it'll show up somewhere. But yeah, we did who the most badass president was, or who the toughest president was, whatever it was with grit. And but we kind of just selected the top 32 and just rolled with it, ultimately breaking down to number one. We're doing the same thing now, but instead of going based on who's the most badass, we're going to go based on who is attractive.
Right.
So we're going to put together a bracket for who the most attractive president is, but differently from last time where we just threw in the belief in the top 32. Joe and I are going to be picking our top 16. So we're going to look at this as like the a tournament
Now,
style bracket. Go ahead. What's
are
up?
the listeners going to vote on this? What's our plan for that?
Yeah, so what's gonna happen? Because this is gonna take a bit. Like this is something we're gonna find out next week. So we're gonna pick a total of 32. We're gonna have 16 starting matches right off the rip. We're gonna do a matchup every single week on Facebook to do a poll. So every week we're gonna have a new one. 'Cause I think it's gonna end up being like, oh, geez, what is this? Like 16 down to how does that work?
32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1.
So it'll be 16 like matchup wise, it's 16-4-2-1 or 16-8-4-2-1.
16, 8, 4, 2, 1.
So 32, 36, 37. So in about 40 weeks, we're going to find out who the most attractive president is. And we'll keep tabs of this. We'll keep going through. But yeah. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. The fans are going to decide. The fans are going to vote. We'll put up the bracket through, I don't know, whatever social medias we can do it. We'll do it on Facebook. We'll do it on Instagram. I can throw it over on X. I mean, we don't even use that account, but I mean, I'll throw it up over there because I know it still exists. And we'll just try to accumulate as many votes as we can. You guys are going to choose this stuff. We're going to give you the presidents, and you're going to decide on it. And here's the thing: this isn't about deciding based on political views. It's literally just who they
Just
are.
as objective as we can
Yeah,
subjectively be.
yeah. We're going to give you 32 presidents, and you got to look at them as if they're just everyday people. To try to keep it fair, when we do pull the photos to put out with the people, it's going to be based on what they look like as presidents. I know Ronald Reagan was gorgeous when he was an actor, but we're going to focus on when he was a president. Same thing with Ulysses S. Grant when he was in Civil War. Pretty handsome guy, but when he got to the president, he got a little bit gritty from the alcohol and all that stuff. So it's
Yep.
focusing on what they looked like when they were within their presidency.
All right.
And to keep it fair, because I don't want to be accused of pulling the worst photos for Joe. Joe select the photo he wants up. I'll select the photo I want up for our own people,
All right.
and then we'll put those out. That way it's fair across the board. So we are going to look for the best looking photo of the time they were president. So And obviously, if we pick anyone older who was before photography, we'll just have to pick the best oil painting. It just is what it is. So, but we're doing this because there's been a lot of stuff going on that's just rough to have to deal with, and this is something fun and different. So, yeah. So we'll just enjoy life together for a minute. So, Joe, I'm gonna let you pick first. I'm gonna let you make the first overall pick of the draft, and then we're just gonna bounce back and forth until we select 32. So I'm going to track as we go through it. I know I won't pay attention. Just let me know when we get to the 32nd one, so I know.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to go ahead, go on. You pick your first guy.
All right. Well, I am. Are you ranking yours as you're going? Are you doing it like? Are you seeding them like you would for a ball game?
No, no. So what I'm going to do is because we're going to decide our own on our own end. Like I'm going to do the ranking like they do for the NCAA 1 versus 16.
Right.
But so what I'm doing is I'm just going to I already made a list of what I think the most attractive are,
Right.
and I'm just going to go down my list. And if you pick it, I'm just going to go to the next guy.
Gotcha.
So, but
So,
I'm
but
not
but
I'm not pick.
do you think that your number one is the most handsome?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and I believe that we have the same number one. So
Almost certainly, because
yeah,
here's what I wrote for my number one. I wrote Kennedy, comma, obviously.
yeah, yeah. No, it's 100% Kennedy is number one. 100%. Like I said, it does the thing too, and I'm fine with that because I was like I know I'm gonna let Joe go first. I know he's gonna pick Kennedy.
Well, and that's
Uh,
what I didn't know if I'd go first or not, which is I did the same thing. I have them all ranked in my
yep.
order of attractiveness as well. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, it's always and the thing is too is like when you sit there and you look at like the history of Kennedy and like some of the podcasts that are done about Kennedy. I mean, he enjoyed the company of women and women enjoyed the company of Kennedy. Um, I did tell Joe that while we're going through this, whenever we do make our picks, I do have pros and cons of the president's appearances, and I do have the best and worst thing that came out of their presidency. So
Excellent.
for Kennedy being number one, let me go down here real quick because this is in the order of their president. So okay. So for John F. Kennedy, the pro of his appearance, handsome, athletic, tan, television star looks. Con, chronic health issues hidden behind his image. So,
Gotcha.
uh, and then pros and cons of his presidency. Nope, no, there it is. So the best thing is he managed the Cuban Missile Crisis, avoiding nuclear war. Con was the Bay of Pigs invasion was a disaster. Okay,
All right.
so
I
for them.
I do have to. I know we're like we got it's a timed show, but uh, are you sure the worst thing he did wasn't dying?
I mean, I think the worst thing that happened. Well, I guess, yeah. I guess that could be up there.
Actually, after listening to that very presidential podcast with Ashley Flowers,
Hmm.
by the way, big ups to that. If you want to listen to a podcast that's only about half an hour, only 15 episodes, all fantastic. Um, it actually might have been better for the world that he died. He was having because of his physical health issues, he was having some serious drug abuse problems
Yeah,
that were starting to become more and more obvious. And we have no idea what the ramifications of that would have been had he not been cut down just short of his prime.
yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, but I love that very presidential podcast, like you just mentioned. It's awesome. Like when I listened to you, that was my second time around listening to it. Um, it used to be a Parcast show, and when Parcast got bought out by Spotify, they started getting rid of a few of the shows, and that was one of them. Um, I want them to bring it back, and I want them to do the remaining 30 presidents still have yet to be. I want them to do it on all of them because it's informative. Because the thing is, like, it's kind of like they mentioned it. It's like you learn what you learn through history and everything, but you don't learn everything.
Right. Well, there's not enough time. There's not enough time to learn
Yeah.
everything in high school or whatever. And so unless you go on to graduate school or unless there's a great podcast, not graduate school, just college. I mean, if you did
Yeah.
a post secondary education,
Mhm.
I'm tired today, man.
You're
Anyway,
fine. You're
great
good.
podcast. Highly recommend. Go listen to
Yeah.
it. It's really good.
Yep, very it's called Very Presidential. Very, very good. Um,
About when you're listening to it, if you don't mind my pitch for critical thought,
Mhm.
think about how each of the things that the presidents did may show up in future presidents or current presidents or recent presidents, and think about the fact that like um a lot of what we do as a society is venerate these guys almost undeservedly. um it's not everyone is good and bad, but like they're human, and that's the thing that we have to remember. For the very worst of our society and the very best of our society, they're all still people, and have good and bad about them. So anyway, I digress. What was your first pick? Now that I stole it.
Oh, you're fine. So my number one pick now is going to be what I believe would be your number two pick. I'm going Barack Obama.
Nice.
I think, and I think it kind of makes a little bit more sense too because I think these are the two youngest presidents in history. So obviously they have the look of attractiveness, and I mean, when you look at the overall like how presidents go through and age so poorly through their presidency, these I believe both the Kennedy was a senator, right? Both these guys were senators before they became president. Clearly not as stressful, but Barack, when he first came into presidency, good looking dude.
Oh,
I
cool,
think
handsome.
right.
Yep.
I think for at least 6 years of his presidency, he maintained a very stoic, very put together appearance. I think the last 2 years is where you start seeing the age a little bit, but that's also because, I mean, he was what, like late 40s or early 50s. I don't remember when did he become president? 38 or something like that.
Oh.
He is the youngest president elected, right? Kennedy was second.
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
I thought he was like 38 when he got elected, but I could be wrong, but I thought he wasn't 40 yet. Um, as far as Obama, as far as his appearance, stylish, confident, great smile, athletic. Uh, Gray in hair quickly showed stress.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
Pros and cons of his presidency. We got Affordable Care Act expanded healthcare access as the best thing to happen during his presidency. The worst was the intervention in Libya destabilized region.
Oh yeah, that sucked.
Wait, not Libya. Is that Libya? Libya? Libya?
Yeah, Libya.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So pros and cons of his presidency right there. Okay, cool. I'm gonna assume my number two is your number two, but go ahead.
Uh, no, actually, my number two is James K. Polk.
Oh, okay. Geez, where do I have him on my list? I have him as number 16.
Yeah, honestly,
Wow.
I found a list of somebody did their own list of. They listed all of the presidents in order of attractiveness, and I
Yeah.
chose to just accept their list. And honestly, this picture they have of him,
Huh?
it doesn't really do it for me. He looks a little bit like Megamind, but it's fine.
Okay. Hey, but you know what? Not. I don't think it's that bad of a pick though. Was he the 11th president? So, pros and cons of his appearance. We got sharp cheekbones, serious presence, which who doesn't love a serious looking guy, especially back in the day. I don't think presidents were allowed to smile. His cons, which I don't know what rumpled means. I guess I don't know, not poor
Like
fitting clothing.
right, not quite put together. Clothes maybe a little wrinkled.
Gotcha.
Old.
Rumpled, slouchy posture, not polished is what we got here for this gentleman.
Yep.
Pros and cons of his presidency. We got best was he oversaw vast territorial expansion, California Southwest. The worst was the Mexican-American War inflamed slavery tensions.
Oh, I don't think I knew about that. That's wild. Makes sense though.
Hmm, okay.
He's
Well,
also, I don't know if you knew this, he's
hmm,
also responsible for the why they have to play Hail to the Chief when the president walks into a room.
I did not know that. It's okay.
He was kind of a short guy and a little unremarkable in a lot of in his presence.
Mhm.
And so he got really mad that people didn't know he was entering a room. And so he made the presidential band like, you have to play this every time I walk into a room so that everyone knows I'm here. Slays.
Okay. Right? That the one guy who didn't look presidently wanted to be noticed. Okay, nope.
Yep.
There we go. My number two pick is going to be Franklin Pierce.
Nice.
He was coined the handsome president of the 19th century.
He is a good
Um,
looking man. He looks like a Jonas brother.
I honestly thought that that our top three were the same thing. Was Obama your number two, or was Polk your number two?
I actually had Obama at 5.
Yeah, Obama was five. Okay, okay.
Did I was uncertain about it, but that's where I had him.
Franklin Pierce, the pro from presidency, was universally described as handsome, dark hair, striking eyes. The con, alcoholism, wore on his looks, tired expressions. So, presidency probably definitely appeared to have gotten to him. Pros, see the positives and negatives of his presidency. Best was the Gadsden Purchase, expanded to U.S. territory, was the pro of his presidency.
Hmm.
Con was he supported the Kansas-Nebraska Act, worsening slavery conflict. I think there's going to be a pattern in these earlier presidents where the negative will be the effect on slavery and all that stuff until we get to Lincoln and he changes the world. So, number three, Joe, who you got?
I have Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, the good one. That's my number eight. Okay.
Nice. Also, one of the I don't believe he was not the youngest elected, but I do believe he was the youngest to assume the office because his predecessor was assassinated.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was. I think he was the youngest until Kennedy.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. What I think he was still younger when he assumed the office,
Mhm.
um, but obviously by the time he was elected to his first elected term, he was older than Kennedy.
Okay. Okay, I got you.
One of those weird.
Let's look for so we got Teddy, 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 Teddy,
And
Teddy. There we
just
go.
as a note, I might be wrong. Get in the comments. Give us that engagement.
Yeah, let us know. Facebook. Yeah,
Farm the
let us know.
content for us.
Yeah. Okay, so Teddy Roosevelt. So your pros and cons of his appearance. Vibrant, athletic, charismatic smile, Rough Rider energy, which Rough Rider is a form
That's a
of.
very hot sentence. Rough Rider energy.
Oh yeah.
Clause, really,
Yeah.
not a sentence.
Well, I like it because it's a play on words for the fact that the band of guys that he rode with were called the Rough Riders.
Right. Yep.
So the cons is short and stocky, glasses softened with toughness. Glasses softened his toughness. Gotcha. I
Hmm.
disagree. I disagree. The fact that he wore glasses that were here and now around his ears,
Yep.
like literally just right there. I mean, come on now.
I would love
That's
glasses like that. Well, I mean, it's
they
one of the reasons
exist.
I have. It's honestly, secretly one of the reasons I wear circular glasses.
Pros and cons of his presidency: trust busting, conservation, and the Panama Canal were the perks. I would also like to include the meat packing in
Mhm.
Chicago. I think that should be included.
Rough Rider.
Uh,
Pack the meat. Come on.
cons for his presidency is he supported imperialism abroad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he is still in my top five of my all-time favorite presidents, but I think it has to do more with the grittiness and the fact that this dude was shot in the chest and still went out and did a speech. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
like
I
this.
didn't realize he almost bled to death.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was. I think during the speech, he literally opened up his jacket, showed the fact that he was shot,
Hmm.
and continued on. This. It was wild,
Yeah.
but okay, that's a good pick. Okay, so for me then. I think I'm gonna go around the similar to like Roosevelt. I think it's gonna be the rugged appearance look. I'm gonna go Grant. I'm gonna pick Ulysses Grant on here as my next pick. Um,
That was my
Not what's up?
that was my fourth.
Okay. Not a pretty boy look, but I think just the ruggedness of him and everything. And he's definitely somebody who's going to attract somebody with daddy issues. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. My
Uh,
favorite thing in that podcast about him was uh his own mother said he had a unique way with horses because they understood him. Just a, apparently just a real dum dum. But hey, whatever. He was a good general.
right. So the pros of his appearance: rugged Civil War hero look, strong and stoic. Cons: worn down by stress, looked older than his years. So definitely aged a little bit. Again, we notice the presidency does that to a lot of guys. The pros and cons of his presidency: we got the best was he cracked down on the Ku Klux Klan and protected black rights. The worst was his administration was plagued by corruption and scandals, and I do believe that that was also discussed in that podcast.
Yep, sure was.
So, okay. What are you on number four now?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going James A. Garfield.
Okay. James Garfield. Let's see, where did I have James Garfield?
I bet he wasn't even on your list.
I ranked all of them.
Oh, nice.
All of them.
Wow.
Uh I have him as 28.
Wow.
Serious, stern, respectable. Okay. Okay. James Garfield. Oh God, which friend? There it is. Oh, he's number 20. There we go. All right. So pros and cons of James A. Garfield. He was tall, intellectual, strong presence. His cons were he was stern, dour, whatever the hell that means. Not warm looking. So I guess just doesn't have a
Overly serious.
okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, kind of pouty.
Uh, Pros and cons of his presidency: advocated civil service reform as a positive. Negative: he was assassinated before achieving much. Oh yeah, I guess. Wait, is that
I
yeah? You
forgot he
said
was.
James. You said James A. Garfield, right?
Yeah, I sure
Okay.
did.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I guess yeah. It was only. I mean, was assassinated within the year of being president. So
That's probably the
okay.
best thing they can do is die before they can do too much damage.
Right. Like the con is you didn't create a con yet. That's what.
Yep.
That's what it.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see here. So who is my next on my list? Mm, I'm gonna go Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's gonna be well, we at number four.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going Bill Clinton. I don't. Yeah, yeah, I'm going Bill. I'm going Bill. This
Nice.
good looking dude. Got that Southern drawl to him or that Arkansas drawl to him, and
Mhm.
pros and cons. Characteristic. Charismatic, relatable, boyish charm. Con: puffy features, weight fluctuations. Which,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? Who doesn't have weight fluctuations? You know, and
Bird.
some people have puffy appearances, and they're just little pinchy cheeks. Who cares?
Yep.
Like that. Pros and cons of his presidency. I'm going to assume the con is Monica Lewinsky, but we'll find out. Clinton. Here we go.
Telecommunications Act.
So the best was he presided over economic boom and balanced budgets. Worst was the impeachment over scandals with Monica Lewinsky. So
Yep. So, notable, I would note the Telecommunications Act of I think 1996 was what allowed for the media conglomerations to uh, very nearly become a monopoly. When he in 1996, before the passage of that act, there were 50 uh, mass media communications companies. Now today there are only five because that act allowed them to consolidate.
I didn't know.
Yep. So if you feel like all of the news is the same all the time, it's because they're all owned by the same five guys.
Thanks. Thanks, Clinton.
Yep.
Uh Number five, Joe, who you got?
Woodrow Wilson,
Ooh, that's a good one.
the professor.
One of those Yeah, one of those most intellectual guys.
Yep.
That was there was also a very presidential podcast about him.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Kind of a scumbag, turns out.
Yeah. Let's see, let's pull him up real quick. Let's find out some stuff about him. There we go. Woodrow, prose, polished, refined, academic appeal. Con, thin, somewhat stickly later in years. He was the one that had like the multiple strokes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a conspiracy theory that he actually secretly died in office or was so incapacitated that his wife actually became the sort of shadow president.
So the best thing for him was he led the U.S. through World War One and championed the League of Nations. The worst of his presidency, harsh wartime restrictions and segregated federal offices.
Yep. Yeah, and I would special note he also filmed he was the first president to screen a movie in the White House, and it was The Birth of a Nation, which is it's the movie that created the lost cause myth in popular culture. And so it sort of re-kickstarted the Ku Klux Klan, the Confederacy undertones in our society. A lot of the racism we're still dealing with what today is because he doubled and tripled down on it during his time in the White House.
Okay. I'm doing my fifth pick.
Yes,
Fifth
sir.
pick. All right. Number five for me is going to be Jimmy Carter.
Nice.
Right. Right. One of the longest living presidents. Died just within like the last few years.
Yeah.
This year, last year,
Very end of last year, I believe. Yeah.
we're in last year. Huge humanitarian.
Yep. He's the
Uh,
only guy who finished his term in office and realized, man, I have to atone for being a war criminal and spent the rest of his life doing that.
Pros about his appearance: warm, approachable smile. Of course he did. Good looking guy. Con, just ordinary looking. Nothing,
Yep.
nothing really stuck out. Not striking, just ordinary looking. Which you know what? Some people like normal. Some people like ordinary.
Yeah. You ever seen a
Um,
picture of him as a Marine?
no, but I bet he's wearing like a fucking like button up sweater doing it too.
Sploosh, man. He was a
He
hot, he was a hot young man.
he looks like he's in my mind, like just thinking about it, he's not far off from Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. He does have big Mr. Rogers vibes.
Yeah, and of course, Mr. Rogers, the speculation is he was a big Marine sniper and he used to have tattoos. That's why he wore those sweaters all the time.
I don't think that's true, but I
It's
love it.
I don't think it
I love
is, but that
pretending
was
it.
yeah. Jimmy Carter's the best thing that came out of his presidency, he brokered Camp David Accords, the Egypt-Israel peace. The worst thing was he mishandled Iran hostage crisis and inflation.
Yeah.
So,
Good old stagflation.
what is that?
It's when the economy is stagnant, and so nobody's making any money, and inflation is still increasing, so everything is costing more, and no one has enough money to buy the things that are expensive.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Uh, we got for number six, Joe.
I this is actually my originally my number nine, but I go on Ronald Reagan.
Okay.
I, I know our general thing was sheer physical attractiveness, but I do think that he had charm during his presidency that made up for some of his age.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, is like and the only criteria I ask when people vote is just don't vote on the politics. Vote on the person. I think personality should be included in attractiveness, 100%. And
Mhm.
I think that should definitely be a factor in here. He was going to be my next pick, so good on you because that was next for me. But yeah, I mean, I mean, there's videos of him out there. I mean, not just the movies he did, but like him as president doing speeches, making people laugh and stuff like that. And I do think that needs to be a factor in it, 100%. He's the president following Jimmy Carter. Pros, Hollywood charm. The Hollywood charm lingered into his presidency, confident smile. The negative was obviously the age was showing, especially by his second term. So
Yeah.
pros and cons of his appearance. Obviously, that's we knew that going into it. I think at the time he was the oldest elected president. I think he was up until Biden in 2020.
Yep.
Pros and cons of his presidency. Pro, revitalized the economy and helped end Cold War. Con, the Iran-Contra scandal and growing inequality.
Oh yeah, forgot about Iran Contra. My favorite thing, you know what he said to his wife when he got shot?
Hmm.
Honey, I forgot to duck. What a line! What a line!
That sounds yeah, that sounds like a Reagan thing.
Hmm?
Okay, so okay, you took Reagan. So for my number six, what do I think? Yeah, this might be the oldest one we've picked so far. Oh no, you got Polk.
Yeah, it's harder for the ones that were painted instead of pictured.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm trying to like, because the thing is, like, I'm not looking at images of these guys right now. I'm just trying to go off of like memory.
Hmm.
And I'm the only thing that pops into my mind is that list of like 40 presidents that I saw on like the elementary school wall that ended with Clinton.
Hmm.
And it's just like these okay, well, if I have to go off this, okay, I'm gonna go like you did. I'm not gonna look at physically not a hot guy, but a good looking dude. I'm gonna go Lincoln.
Oh wow!
Taking Lincoln. I know he wasn't the greatest looking guy. But I know there's some attractive looking photos out there with him as president. Maybe, even before like the beard started growing in.
Yeah.
But
Well, the
I
beard
want to,
doesn't win. It is.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I'm trust me, I'm picking a photo with him having the beard.
oh yeah, yeah. You know, a little girl on one of his campaign stops suggested that he grow a beard, and
Yeah,
he
was it a letter that he found? He found like a letter or something?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, I gotta go Lincoln. It's just
Here's another one. You ever see a boyhood picture of him? Again, I say to you, sploosh.
he was look. I see a lot of photos of. I mean, I think I saw. I mean, I think it was a painting, of like him just like fist fighting somebody. Like dude
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah, that
Yeah, back
dude,
when presidents used to fist fight. We should bring that back.
right? Why the
Maybe
hell
we stop
not?
having these old motherfuckers.
Didn't Andrew Jackson shoot somebody while he was president or some
Yeah.
shit? Or
Yes, he
yeah,
did. Yeah, regularly.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
actually, one of my favorite Jackson stories, not I know we're on Lincoln, but
yeah, you're fine.
one of my favorite Jackson stories is an assassin jumped out and tried to get him once, and the gun misfired.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is they examined the gun afterward, and there was nothing wrong with it. There's no reason it should have misfired. Speculation is that the bullet was afraid to hit him.
My favorite part of that, and I think that's in very presidential. I think that story's in there.
I think
The
it
thing
is.
was
Yeah.
like they had to pull Jackson off of the guy because he was killing him.
Stick. Hashtag bring back canings.
God, yes. Abraham Lincoln. Uh Pros, tall, memorable face, strong presence. I guess I don't want to include it. He was a vampire hunter, whatever.
Yep.
Which is a book I own. The cons to it, gaunt, asymmetrical features, not conventionally handsome, which I agree. He wasn't like you don't look at him like, oh, he's gonna be on the cover of, the most attractive man in the world. Definitely not, but
Well, he
I mean,
might. You know, it's like when you look distinctive,
mm,
sometimes that makes you more handsome, even if it's not like traditionally symmetrical,
yeah,
whatever.
no, no.
That's how I feel about it. Well, yeah.
Appreciate you building up my guys for me.
Yeah. Well, he was number 12 for me, so I have
Okay.
to. Yeah. He
Uh,
also into I believe even as president in his I mean not that he got that old, but he could hold an axe by the far end
mm,
out like this for how long do you want him to hold it?
mm,
You know, just even though it was wiry, it was like powerfully muscled.
yeah.
Just a strong dude,
Yep.
strong like farm boy.
Yep. And intelligent. I believe he was a lawyer and everything. And yeah.
Yep.
Abe Lincoln, the best part of his presidency, preserved the Union and issued the Emancipation Proclamation. The cons of his presidency, he suspended habeas corpus, limiting civil liberties during the war.
God, I forgot about that. He also oversaw the Wounded Knee Massacre, which was a mass killing of about 250 Sioux natives because he needed to put down a rebellion that they felt they were causing. And then also, I would throw in choosing Johnson as his VP to try to heal the nation. Kind of screwed the nation over when he was shot.
Yeah. Oh, Johnson. God. I hope I don't think he's gonna make my list. So
He's not on my list.
actually never mind. Okay, anyways. Number 7, where are you at?
I've got Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Okay, number 15 on my list. He has that Red Foreman look to him.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, let's okay, so Dwight Eisenhower. Mr. Eisenhower is pros military bearing, steady and composed. Uh Cons bald and just plain looking, which I disagree. I don't think he's very plain looking. He's definitely intimidating dude. Definitely
Mhm.
he looks like the kind of guy that would just say like go ahead, F with me, see what happens.
Yep. Yeah, like
Um
was it who's that one General Mathis?
mhm,
Who's like when you walk into a room, you should know exactly who you're going to stab. That's the vibe.
there you go. Best part of his presidency, he expanded highways and enforced desegregation in school. The cons of his presidency was reluctant on civil rights until pressured. Okay. Uh, okay. Who do I got next? Who is my next pick?
I will throw out there the highway named after him in Illinois is one of the worst ones to drive on.
Oh, yeah, Eisenhower sucks.
I hate driving on the Ike, man.
The if there's anyone out there who wants to be the greatest man in the world, restructure our highway system.
Yeah.
Find a way to make it better. Find a way to improve it because it is bad. It's not
Pritzker,
good.
use your billions to fix the highways.
That's right. That's right.
Earn earn the gratitude of the downstaters.
God, it just that highway sucks. There should be no reason it takes me that long to get to your house.
Yeah, seriously. Well, and the Ike, man, driving on it is not so much. It's not so much. It's parking. You're parking on it.
Yeah, yeah, and
Horrible.
it's
I
it's
once got stuck on there, and there were some kids doing cartwheels waiting for traffic to change. Crazy.
right, right. It's just there's got to be something done. Like I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It is not good.
Yeah.
Um, I'm torn between two, and I hope I make the right choice here. But I'm going to go with James Monroe.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm going to go James Monroe on this one. I'm trying to picture him in my mind, and I think I'm making the right choice. I'm gonna go James Monroe on this one. That's gonna be my number 7 pick. James Monroe, the pros and cons of his appearance as I go and look at that now. Distinguished, last of the powdered wig presidents. Okay, elegant. His cons are a severe look, less warm in portraits. Okay, which is fine. Again, presidents don't need to smile back then. None to smile about
Well,
back
it's
then.
it's it's so hard to hold a smile for that long, and if
That's
you're
true.
getting a painting done, it was very unusual to be
Yeah.
portraited smiling.
What like have you ever witnessed someone painting a person? Like an actual like portrait, not a caricature or something like that? In my mind, you
Not in
should
real
start
life.
with the face, right?
Yeah.
Like, you should start with the face and the head and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Smile, eyes, get that good because blink, yeah, like that should be the idea.
Yeah.
Who did I pick? James Monroe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pros and cons of his presidency. Pro, Monroe Doctrine asserted U.S. role in the Western Hemisphere. Con, oversaw Missouri Compromise, which deepened sectional tension.
Mm, I can see that.
So,
Yeah, I mean the Monroe Doctrine, I think, was When did that end? Biden, I think, was the first one to actually make a significant. Well, Trump might have made a significant change, but I think it was solidified under Biden. So that's, I mean, that, I mean, 200 almost 250 years.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad, James Monroe.
I did a quick look. I chose the wrong James, but I'm
Oh,
sticking
were
with
you
it.
thinking Madison?
I'm thinking Madison. Yeah, but I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna commit to it.
Yeah.
I made my choice. I made my choice. That's my pick. So what we at number 8?
Yes.
Cool. All right, what's your number 8?
That is my number 8. I gotta double check here. Herbert Hoover.
There we go. The damn guy.
Yep, the damn guy.
That
Also,
damn
he
guy.
invented his own personal sport called Hoover ball, which was basically volleyball played with medicine balls.
Yeah. I believe he also invented Hoover pockets.
What's a Hoover pocket?
We talked about that on the trip.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hoover flags. Sorry, Hoover flags.
I still forget what they are though.
That's when the pockets are
Oh yeah,
inside
yeah, yeah. When
out.
you turn
Yeah,
your
yeah,
pockets out. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hoovervilles, all that shit.
Hoovervilles, yeah. Let's see. Where is Herbert Hoover at? A little bit farther down. A little bit farther down.
Wow,
There
what
we
a
go. Okay. Herbert Hoover, pros of his appearance, businesslike and solid. Cons, forgettable, uninspiring features.
yeah. He does. He looks like Clayface. A little bit.
Pros and cons of his presidency, pro humanitarian efforts abroad before presidency. So bringing in humanitarianism before become president. Failed to effectively respond to the Great Depression was a con. So not actually realistically, I mean like not a lot of good or bad in his presidency, just not a lot of
No, I think
change.
his presidency suffered from the situations that were happening around him, and he was blamed for it because he was in charge.
Yeah.
Ah, God, I hate this.
What's that?
Oh, I go and I try to find a link and I pull it off of Google and uh it gives me the Google link instead of the YouTube link.
Okay.
It's the crap out of me.
Okay.
I'm sending you a video for you to watch later and enjoy. That's all.
Okay. Perfect.
It involves Hoover.
Uva.
Hoover.
Okay. Uva. Okay. Where am I gonna go here? Where am I gonna go? I could go with James Madison because that was gonna be my pick that I was gonna go with. Uh, okay.
Possibly our first gay president, Madison.
What's up?
Possibly our first gay president, James Madison. He's one of the only presidents who was a bachelor throughout his presidency,
Mhm.
and he had an aide who he was suspiciously close to, a male
Yeah.
secretary, and Jackson actually made fun of him about it. He was like, "Is Nancy going to be your?" He called the aide Nancy. He says, "Nancy going to be your first lady?"
I'm gonna go James Madison because he was gonna be my next pick. Um,
Oh no, he was married to Dolly Madison. That was completely wrong. Strike that from the record, listeners.
James Madison was refined and polished and neat appearance, but he had a frail frame and was only 5'4", so short. Hey, you know what? What do they say these days? Short king. Saying
Short King.
short king. So at 5'4", why the hell not? James Madison during his presidency, pros and cons. Where's he at?
I was thinking James
Oh,
Buchanan. All these Jameses, man. All these damn Jims.
too many Jimmies. Pros of James Madison. He led the nation through the War of 1812, preserving independence. Uh, Poor early war strategies left the U.S. unprepared.
Mm.
So,
Oh, for the War of 1812?
yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. His pros was his cons.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a good writer, which makes that a particularly good joke, just so you know.
What we at number 9?
Number 8. Oh wait,
Number
no,
8.
you said James Madison.
I
Was
said
your
James Madison. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
number
got number 9. Okay. Who do you got for number 9?
I've got a controversial pick for number 9. I'm
Okay.
going William Howard Taft, our first big boy president.
The guy they put the special toilet or bathtub in for.
Yep, he needed a special bathtub.
He needed a special bathtub. Okay. Let me see. Where did I
Because
have
he
him
was
on
too
my
big
list?
for a normal bathtub. But I think he's a good looking guy. He was not very physically fit, sort of an anti-Lincoln in that way. But he was the first president to throw out the first pitch at a baseball game because they thought that it would make him look more vital.
But see, okay, and here's my thing about them. So not like as them as in the people were like, oh, he's a big guy because obviously he had a special bathtub. Even here is listed as enormous. That dude was only like high ends, like
Oh, he was like my size.
wasn't that big? Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, like, what was it? He only weighed like 300 something pounds.
Yeah.
At that, how much did
Oh, so
Taft
he's a little
weigh?
bigger than me, but still.
Yeah, I think it was like 340, 320. Howard Taft as president weighed between 255 and 350. That's a lot.
There you
He is
go.
noted to have been the heaviest president at 340 pounds. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm sorry, absolutely not. Like, yeah, the fact that this list has him as enormous. Screw you, people. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyways, Taft, where's he at on this list?
And while you're looking at that, I saw recently a picture of the president of Poland.
Mhm.
Um, I think President Emeritus. I think he's retired. In a bathtub filled with Polish beer, and it made me realize that should I ever be lucky enough to be president, the third thing I'm doing is getting in the Taft bathroom, a bathtub, and I'm filling that sucker with old style, and I'm drinking Malort out of a champagne flute. That's what I'm doing. The third thing I'm doing as president. It's inauguration speech, tending to the various presidential balls, pun intended and unintended, and then an old style, a Chicago handshake bath in the Taft bathtub.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my only campaign platform. If you want a president who's going to drink Malort out of a champagne flute, vote for me.
And if you want one who won't,
Vote for anybody else.
anybody else. William Howard Taft. Pros of his appearance: jolly,
Yeah.
approachable, warm face. Warm face, yeah, because he was probably sweating all the time.
Sweet
Uh,
mustache.
awesome, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cons, very overweight. Lie, not very overweight. Not conventionally attractive. Which, hey, listen, what's attractiveness nowadays? Come
Right.
on now.
Yeah.
Pros and cons of his presidency. He expanded antitrust prosecutions. Con is he split the Republican Party, paving the way for Woodrow Wilson.
Mm. Mm.
So, you know what? That's the worst thing he did as a president, then yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Nope.
So you're fine. You did good. You did good, you. Okay. My next pick, my number 9.
Hmm?
How can I not remember what number we're on? Number 9. Let's go. Should I go one or I'm gonna go Thomas Jefferson.
TJ.
I'm gonna go Thomas. Go.
My 15.
Number 10 for me. Number 10. So right where I kind of was gonna have him. Tommy. Pros and cons of his appearance. Tall, elegant, red hair in youth, refined style. Cons, older, gaunter during presidency, less vibrant. You know what? Oil paintings make him look good though.
Mm-hmm.
Oil paintings do help. Pros and cons of his presidency. Let's see here. Completed the Louisiana Purchase, doubling U.S.'s territory as a pro. Con, the Embargo Act of 1807 devastated U.S. trade, which is also very presidential. So, who you got, Joe?
My number 10. Warren G. Harding.
Okay.
They're scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I think he's got such a striking look with his white hair and his black eyebrows. Very hawkish face.
Orangey Harding. Okay. So we got that. Get this here.
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point you run out of handsome and you get into striking.
Yeah. You start using the word
Distinctive.
distinguished.
Yeah.
Warren G. Harding. Let's see here. Where's he at? There it is.
He looked like a man whose name was Warren G. Harding.
Hey, according to this, pros of his appearance considered handsome by many, a neat suit.
Nice. Love it.
Negative, squared face, stiff expression. Okay, you can. I'm fine with that though. Rugged. Gotcha. 28th president. So pros of his presidency advocated return to normalcy after World War One. Teapot Dome scandal tainted his presidency.
Oh yeah, Teapot Dome. Man, that dude was so corrupt. Crazy. I giggled there because I was looking at my hottestheadsofstate.com
Mhm.
again, and Warren G. Harding looks like that eagle from the Muppet who does the news. Yeah, yeah, he does.
Okay, well, yep.
So if you're into that, Eleanor Shellstrop.
I've kind of like that kind of thing.
Yep.
I if I could find the right photo, I think this guy would be a dark horse. Calvin Coolidge.
Oh,
That's
top of my list on my backups, by the way.
it's you know what the thing is like he when you find the wrong photo, he looks like the what's the people in the plays that are the backup, the understudy.
Yeah.
He's like an understudy to an Ebenezer Scrooge,
Yes.
but in the right photo, very distinguished man.
Yes.
Clean cut, tidy, calm presence isn't positive for his appearance.
Yeah.
Negative, he was nicknamed Silent Cal, often had a very blank staring face.
Yeah. He
So,
looks like I can't think of the name of the actor, Phil Coulson.
oh yeah, I bet he did when he was
Clark
younger.
Gregg. Yeah.
Yeah. Pros and cons of his presidency. Pro, he presided over economic growth of the Roaring Twenties. Negative, he ignored growing economic inequality before the Great Depression. So he seemed to be very, hey, what should we do?
Hmm.
Like, but you're the president. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Mm, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we not? We're on number 11.
Yes.
So the last five. So we each got our last. So last five picks for each of us.
Ooh. And all of mine are down in my backups just about.
All right. What we got for number 11?
I gotta do Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
FDR. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So I think he's got that Roosevelt swagger. He was a very charming man, apparently. You know, you got to be. I think if you have mistresses,
Mhm.
you're a charming person.
100%. Yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, somebody likes it, right?
Yep.
FDR. Pros: charismatic smile. Patriot. Patriot. Patrician bearing.
Patrician.
Patrician.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget what that word means, but I know.
Patrician bearing. What does that mean? Well fed.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look at that. Let me know what patrician bearing means, because
It's a member of the aristocracy or nobility. So he looked noble.
oh, okay, gotcha. I mean, I can see that.
Just a,
Cons, illness and stress aged him visibly,
Mhm.
especially in later terms. So find something at the beginning of the year. That's it. Just as long as it's during presidency, it does not matter. 31st president, New Deal reform and World War II leadership as a pro. The con, he authorized Japanese American internment camps.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, so you
I'm surprised it isn't hid his polio.
you know what's wild though? Is like if I'm looking at the what we have done so far, every president from 19 so Teddy at 1901 all the way up until the mid 1960s, we have selected every single president in that era
Wild.
except for one. And he may be my next pick. I
Nice.
guess I'm gonna start looking these guys up before I
I will
correct
tell you,
them.
he's not on my list. And it, well, two actually. There are two we haven't done.
Two
Yep.
between
Oh, wait a minute.
19.
Oh, what are you stopping at 2000?
I'm talking about between 1901 and 1963. We've chosen
Oh,
every president. That's what I
sorry,
was
sorry,
talking
sorry.
about.
I missed the cutoff date that you mentioned.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah. No, I was looking because like because I was thinking more along the lines like we're going to be looking at more of like the 1800 guys,
Mm-hmm.
but like there's only like a couple 1800 guys that we selected. Everyone is like in the 1900s so far. And
Yeah.
I think that really shows the difference between photographs and
Mhm.
paintings.
Right.
I don't even know. Have you even how many people have you picked pre 1900s?
Mm, I don't know if I picked. I don't. Maybe Polk.
Polk. Okay. All right. Geez, okay. So
Oh, Garfield.
Garfield. Okay.
Grant. Pre 1900s. You said.
Yeah. 1900. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The hundreds, not the century. I'm gonna go.
I suppose Roosevelt also. Anyway, first one.
Yeah, see, these are all none of these guys are really. Uh, yeah. Well, let me see here. If this guy is what I think he is. Okay. Okay. So my next pick, I'm gonna go Benjamin Harrison.
Damn.
It's in my mind, Grant like, older dude, maybe not like attractive, but I think the beard kind of helps that a little bit along the ways.
Hmm.
He was down on my list when I was putting this together, but I'll go Benjamin Harris.
Yep.
Um,
He's one of my backups.
Benjamin Harris, neat beard, proper dress. Of course, again, it's the beard that's gonna save him in this. Cold, stiff demeanor, small stature. So pros and cons of his appearance, 23rd president. We're going to be looking at his pros and cons. Signed Sherman Antitrust Act, first against monopolies, and he oversaw the massive federal spending, $1 billion Congress.
Wow.
So prevented monopolies, but spent a bunch of money. Okay. Number 12, Joe.
Number 12, I got to go Truman. Harry S. Truman.
Harry Truman.
Yep.
Okay. Business like, ordinary but presentable. Sounds good. Okay.
Yep.
Clutch, 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 clutch.
Here's my silly thing I got pulled up. Here is a man whose appearance would be radically improved with the simple addition of a neck tattoo.
You also selected Garfield, right?
Yeah, I got
Okay,
Garfield.
cool, cool. Yeah, for some reason I didn't have your name next to him, and I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who are you? Okay. Who'd you just pick? Truman?
Truman.
Truman.
Harry Truman.
Okay. Pros of appearance. Neat glasses, looked approachable. Cons, an ordinary plain guy.
Well,
You select a lot of ordinary plain guys. I dig it. I'm okay with that.
yeah.
He was also the
Just a
final
regular dude, you know? I
he,
don't know.
he was also the final person to fill out that 1901 to 1963. So pros, he Marshall Plan and NATO built post-war stability. Cons, he dropped the atomic bomb on Japan, which is still highly debatable. Or
Yep.
still highly debated if it should have happened or not.
Right.
Their words, not mine. Not I'm not advocating for bombing an entire country.
Yeah. Or even its two
Uh,
biggest cities.
that's true. Okay. My 12th pick.
Yes.
I think now I'm just like kind of like leaning more towards people in beards and stuff. No, it's like, no, 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 no. Okay. I'm gonna go Trump. I'm gonna pick Donnie. Get him off the board here. It was either him. It was either him or the second Bush.
I'd have gone second.
Uh, right. Yeah. I mean, you get a shoe thrown at you. That's for your looks, not your intelligence. That's
Yep.
somebody hated the way you look. Pros and cons: tall, confident, commanding presence, unnatural tan, hair mocked constantly, heavy set built. Pros and cons of presidency.
Oh, oh, ah,
Criminal justice reformed, First Step Act, Capitol riot aftermath, and decisive rhetoric.
gotcha. Divisive.
What did I say? Decisive.
Decisive.
Divisive. Yeah.
Oh, oh.
Too, D.
I was also, for the record, I was shuddering there because I was looking up Zachary Taylor.
Yeah, yeah, right. Dude, he's one of the guys. Like, should I go with him? I was like, I still got options. like,
Yeah, right.
but
Yeah,
not
Zachary
many.
Taylor looks like a guy who would have been a drunk in the Middle Ages.
100%. Yeah, yeah. That's why he's still on there for me. John Tyler.
I'm into that. I'm
John,
into middle aged drunks.
John Tyler's kind of for that for me too. I'm just not a big fan of him.
Fair enough.
Where are you at? You at 13?
13. I'm going, my man, my favorite name of a president, Millard Fillmore.
Miller Fillmore is my number 46th ranked guy.
I totally understand that, to be honest with you.
You know what I love most about the name Miller Fillmore?
Hmm?
If you go back, if you ever go and look and find the episode of Rugrats where Tommy's mother
Oh my God. Yes.
is on a trivia show and she keeps going and going. The very last thing she says before she won, Millard Fillmore.
Yeah, the rutabaga.
Yeah. And then after all that, what did she end up getting? The Dalmatian statue. I like Miller
But
Fillmore.
I think he looks like why can't I think of his name? He played Trump a lot on SNL. He killed that director on Rust.
I know what you're talking about. He comes from a family.
Yeah. With a bunch of they all have the same last name.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So
I can't think
stupid.
of
Their family,
it's
of course, they have the same last name.
it's I know what you're talking about, and I know exactly the family. I just can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Kills me that I can't think of it.
Yeah, don't look it up.
Baldwin, Alec Baldwin.
There we go. Yeah.
Part of the problem was I kept thinking Alex, and so I was never going to get Baldwin.
Oh, yeah.
Alec,
James
because he's
Buchanan.
smart. He's a smart Alec.
Pros and cons of his appearance: tall, always neatly dressed.
A Fillmore?
Uh, oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm looking at James Buchanan.
Yeah, I heard you say Buchanan, so I double check.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. Yeah. James Buchanan is my favorite last name for a president. Is Buchanan.
Nice.
Where's Miller Fillmore? He's a little bit earlier. There he is. Oh, 13. Okay, I was just two away.
Yeah.
Miller Fillmore, neat hair, respectable suit. Cons, bland and forgettable appearance. So
Fair enough.
you stayed on track with what your
So weird. I did not know that was my thing.
your thing.
Who knew?
Who would thought you just like ordinary looking men? Who knew?
An ordinary guy.
Right? Like, what do you think of that guy? Ordinary.
He's got normal man energy.
Miller Fillmore, pros and cons of presidency. Modernized trade with Japan. So the Commodore Perry's expedition. The con is he signed the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850,
Millard, no.
enraging abolitionists or
Abolitionist. Yeah, right.
Oh, abolitionists. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay. Jesus. Okay, we're getting there.
I know. We're bottom of the barrel.
Okay, so I think I have mine. Why is Millard Fillmore on here twice?
I don't know.
That's insane. Yeah, yeah.
It
We'll fix
is.
that. We'll fix that. Okay. I don't know why. I had him on here as 46 and 35. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
Hmm.
No idea what I was doing. Let's fix that real quick.
Moving on
Okay.
up.
So no, 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 no. Okay. My choice is going to be my third favorite name, Rutherford Burchard Hayes.
All right.
Um, again, I'm going beard.
Yep.
That's gotta go beard. Which I know what my next choice is gonna be if you don't take him, but it's but let's see, Rutherford Hayes. Rutherford Hayes. Where you at? 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 There he is. Distinguished beard, steady gaze. Beard overwhelmed his features, plain otherwise. Well, there we go.
Fair
Did you
enough.
pick Polk, right?
I did.
Why is he not highlighted off of here?
I don't know.
Man, I missed some people. Because I do want to go through the people that we didn't pick, and I want to talk about their pros and cons of their presidency. I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone.
Perfect.
Pros and cons of the presidency for Rutherford Hayes. He ended the Reconstruction peacefully, the Compromise of 1877. He withdrew federal troops, abandoning Southern black citizens.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so that double edged. It was the best thing he did was he ended it peacefully. The worst thing he did was he ended it.
yeah. Uh, 14, Joe. What we got?
14, I'm going LBJ. Lyndon
Okay.
B. Johnson.
Okay, there we go. There we go. He definitely would have been on my back burner stuff. So okay, so that's gonna make the last couple picks a little bit more challenging. Let me let's see, let
Yep.
me find him here.
But the only president who not only had big dick energy but used it.
Yeah. Also had a dog named Ladybird.
Yeah. His go-to negotiating move was to take his dick out. He'd be like, "Really, you're gonna fight with me?" And they'd go, "No, actually, I'm done. I'm good."
Uh, pros of his appearance: tall, commanding energy. Cons: he was weathered, harsh features, not very photogenic. 35th president. So pros and cons of his presidency: Civil Rights Act and Great Society programs. Escalated the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Zoom. Zoom threw my thumbs down up as a little bubble, which was nice.
I want people to know
Yep.
that's what it was. Okay. So my next pick, I'm gonna go with where's he at? Okay. I'm gonna go George W. Bush. I'm gonna go the kid.
All right.
I'm gonna go Kid Bush. I think that's just I think it's safe to say that out of the remaining, that's well, he's one of them.
Yep. That's
Uh
fair.
Pros and cons: approachable, casual, regular guy look. Con: not striking, plain features. So this probably would have ended up on your list eventually.
Yeah, very close.
Pros and cons of his presidency: led nation after 9/11 and expanded global coalition. The worst parts was the Iraq War and failed to respond to Hurricane Katrina,
Mm,
or a failed Hurricane Katrina response.
gotcha. I think also the Patriot Act, which destroyed American privacy freedoms.
Yeah, I think that's definitely
That
that's
sucked.
something that's not been included but should be included.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna run through who we have left available. For two reasons. One, I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody, and two, this is who we got left.
Okay.
So Chester Arthur,
Yep.
George Washington, first president, guy still out there. Andrew Jackson, Joe Biden, Grover Cleveland, William McKinley, John Quincy Adams, Gerald Ford, Zachary Tyler, Richard Nixon, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, Martin Van Buren, James Buchanan, John Adams, George Bush Sr., and Andrew Johnson, all still available.
Yep.
And this is our 15th pick?
Yep.
Okay. Who you got, Joe?
Here's where I'm going. George H.W. Bush.
Okay. Well,
He's a good looking man in his youth. Honestly, even as an old guy, he wasn't that bad looking.
no. I think post presidency, when you saw him more often after his kid got put in, is where he definitely. I think people have the remember what he looked like. Other than that, very just very grandfather like.
Yep.
George H.W. Bush, distinguished, defined bearing. Cons, he looked a little frail, aging rapidly in office. I would say back end maybe, but I think that's mostly everybody.
Yeah. I have no idea. I was 2 when he
there we go.
left.
That's right.
office. So
pros and cons of
I was going to turn to later that year.
pros and cons of his presidency. He managed the Gulf War coalition effectively. Con was he broke no new taxes pledge, damaging trust. He broke the no new taxes pledge, damaging trust. So
interesting.
Yeah, which sounds like Johnson in Chicago. I won't raise taxes, and then he tried.
I don't know why anybody who says that's a liar. I think
I get that it sounds good, but it's one of the things you got to be honest. Like you can't you may want to do that, but you can't promise that.
Right.
If you go out there and say, I'm going to do my best to prevent the increase in taxes,
yeah,
I'd understand you a lot more than you going out there saying no new taxes.
Yes.
We will not raise taxes. Don't just, you got to leave yourself space for the, ultimately what could happen.
Right. For what you got to do because you don't have a choice.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So my 15th pick, my second to last pick. You know what? Just because it sucks that I realize that he's still out there, I'm going George Washington.
Nice.
I'm gonna get him off the board. First president of our country. He deserves to be in the fight.
I'll allow it. He's not on my list, but I'll allow it.
I think luckily all of his photos, his mouth is closed. So
there's only one photo, not photo, but portrait of him where he is close to smiling, and it's the one that's on the dollar bill. Yep. The painter was trying to find a way to make him look happy, and was like trying like can we talk about this? If I talk about this, does it make you happy? If I talk about this, and finally a horse walked by the window, and Washington smiled, and so the painter talked to him about horses for the rest of the sitting.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Yep.
Pros and cons of his appearance. Tall, 6'2", commanding presence, dignified bearing, striking in his day. The cons was he had wooden dentures that gave him a stiff jawline, older by presidency. I don't think the teeth were wooden though. They were like ivory and shit.
Yeah, slave and elephant bone.
Yeah. Best part of his presidency, he set precedents for peaceful transfer of power by stepping down after 2 terms. The con was he enforced the Fugitive Slave Act of 1793, entrenching slavery. All right, Joe, final pick, number 16. Who is the bottom of your list going into this tournament? Final pick.
It's already controversial because you've already badmouthed my guy. John Tyler is who I'm going with. He's got an Ichabod Crane thing going for him for me.
John Tyler? Oh, so wait, am I thinking of the right guy?
I think so. Kind of skinny looking, big ears, big nose.
Oh no, I was thinking of the wrong guy. I was thinking Zach.
Oh, Zach Tyler's terrible. There's Zach
Zach
Taylor.
Taylor. Zach Taylor.
Oh,
He,
that guy looks bad.
yeah, he kind of gives me the like the worst for wears Professor Snape.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're going
John
John,
Tyler.
you're going John Tyler.
Uh, his last living grandchild, not great grandchild, grandchild, just died.
Really?
Yep,
Oh, that's right, because he had like kids when he was like in his 90s and his like wife was like 17 or some shit.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, good for him, bud. I mean,
Gross, but normal for the time.
yeah. Pros and cons of John Tyler. Slender, neat, proper gentleman look. Uh, plain and forgettable features. So
Yep.
your
I've
fight,
been on this road since James K. Polk, I think.
your final pick is the 10th president. The positive of his presidency, he annexed Texas, expanding U.S. territory. His con was he clashed with both parties, earning the nickname his accidency.
Nice.
Okay. All right, so I got the last pick of the draft or the tournament, I guess. Uh, do I go Andrew Jackson? Go no. Grover looked like garbage too, which is
Ooh.
also a solid name, Grover Cleveland.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I know we're not supposed to look at it personally in a sense, but I mean that very presidential thing really soured me on him.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, John Quincy Adams definitely not. Gerald Ford no. Zach Taylor we just talked about. Professor Snape. William Henry Harrison now. Martin Van Buren. Where we at with him? Yeah, no, I'm just taking my time.
I feel like Van Buren looks like a gnome.
Yeah, yeah, no, he does. His hair is like
Yep. He kind of looks like
um
the most recent Irish president.
okay. I am going to yeah. I mean, he's a 30-second pick for a reason, but
Yep.
should I go with him? Oh, say his name and he'll appear. Crap on a cracker. Okay. I'm gonna go with Chester A. Arthur.
All right.
My final pick is gonna be the guy with probably the greatest facial hair in all of presidency.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Which you know what? Looking at photos, he looks bigger than Taft. Screw people. Let me see. So Chester A. Arthur. Let me see if I can find him on this list of people. Chester Arthur, pros and cons, fashion icon, immaculate grooming, elegant mutton chops. Okay. Uh, Khan gained weight in office, looked tired near the end. Well, most do. It's the president, for God's sake.
Yep.
21st president, pros and cons of his presidency. Championed the civil service reform with Pendleton Act.
Hmm.
The con was he opposed early reform, rising to power via political patronage. So, okay. Well, we got our list. We got our folks now. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. If not, we'll go back and check. But I think we do. If I just let's see, 1, 2, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Cool. Okay. So we got all 32. So the presidents that were not selected. Honorable mentions to the rest of you: Andrew Jackson, the gaunt but strong presence, the frontier tough guy; Joe Biden, the affable smile, grandfatherly charm, though visibly aged;
Hmm.
Grover Cleveland, large but authoritative. William McKinley, the ordinary but warm. Should be on your list. John Quincy Adams, the proper and stern but not very striking. Gerald Ford, athletic background but plain in the office. Zachary Taylor, soldiery and rough looking. Richard Nixon, distrustful aura, jowling, not photogenic. William Henry Harrison, frail by his presidency. Martin Van Buren, short, stocky, eccentric hair. James Buchanan, pale, awkward, stiff demeanor. John Adams, short, heavyset, considered handsome in his day. And Andrew Johnson, gruff, harsh features, unpopular visually.
John Adams was considered handsome in his day.
I guess so. Look at the people back in the day. I mean, the woman, the womanizer was at that day? Ben Franklin.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I think back then, everyone was wearing wigs. I think this was kind of back. I know it was more like Renaissance, but I think even back then in this day and age, heavy set meant well fed, which meant power. So
Good point. That's a good
I
point.
would I would say yeah.
And Paul Giamatti played him in that mini series. So
Let me do the pros and cons of the ones we did not pick, so everyone knows the best and worst of the presidents, all presidents. John Adams, pro. He kept the U.S. out of the war of France despite public pressure. Cons was he signed the Alien and Sedition Acts,
mm,
curbing free speech.
mm,
John Quincy Adams, who I believe is his son,
yep,
advocated for infrastructure and science advancements,
nice. So that
but
he
he
could help people.
couldn't overcome partisan gridlock, leaving presidency ineffective. Andrew Jackson expanded democratic participation for white men. Uh, Indian Removal Act led to the Trail of Tears. We did not pick the 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th presidents of the United States.
Hmm.
Martin Van Buren opposed expansion of slavery into new territories, mishandled the Panic of 1837, causing economic collapse. William Henry Harrison, I think the con is pretty obvious, but the pro was the military hero who symbolized common man appeal. He died after 1 month, leaving no real legacy.
Yep.
Zachary Taylor opposed expansion of slavery into new territories, died early, leaving national issues unresolved. James Buchanan tried to maintain peace before Civil War, but failed, but he tried. That was the pro of his presidency, by the way. The con was the inaction and pro-slavery stance hastened
Secession.
secession. Thank you. Andrew Johnson, pro, advocated for quick Southern readmission. Con, opposed civil rights for freed slaves and was impeached.
Yep.
Grover Cleveland fought government corruption and vetoed wasteful spending. We learned about him very presidential. He vetoed pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mishandled Pullman strike sending federal troops. That was the con.
Yep.
William McKinley, victory in Spanish-American War made U.S. global power. The con, he annexed Philippines, sparking bloody conflict.
Mm.
Richard Nixon opened relations with China. Watergate scandal and resignation. Did somebody pick Gerald Ford?
Nope.
No, okay. Oh, Jimmy Carter's right there. No. Okay. Pro, helped heal nation after Watergate. Con, pardoning Nixon was hugely unpopular. And finally, Joe Biden. Pro, oversaw major COVID-19 vaccine rollout infrastructure bill. Con, Afghanistan withdrawal. So, okay. Well, sorry y'all didn't make the cut, but at least you're still acknowledged in the show like everyone else wants to. So what Joe and I are going to do now, we're going to take each of our own individual 16. We're going to put them up against each other in brackets to face off with each other. And then we're going to leave it up to you guys, the listeners, the viewers, the followers, the fans of the show. You're going to vote on who you believe should move forward. As we move forward, we'll ultimately get to the final end where it's going to be Joe's greatest versus my greatest. And we're going to find out once and for all which one is the most handsome, most attractive, most sexy president ever. So,
Darn tootin'.
Joe, best of luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
And what you freaking thinking?
What am I freaking thinking? I am freaking thinking that The Bear is a really good show.
Okay.
Yeah, we finally got into it this last week. Now I think the show is over, but really enjoy it. The first season's fantastic. Makes me miss restaurant work a lot.
Mhm.
Uh, but very fun show. If you're not familiar, it's a show about running like a small hole in the wall restaurant in Chicago.
Yeah, and they got the
Mhm.
I mean the actor from it who's from Shameless and everything.
Yeah,
That
Jeremy
dude's
Allen White.
pop yeah, that dude's popping up in everything. I think there's a movie coming out where he's gonna be playing Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So great actor. I I haven't got a chance to give it a shot, but I mean I'm always looking for new shows and excited. I mean I'm kind of like rewatching a bunch of old shows right now and stuff. And
Well,
my problem is what's up?
here's the part of the pitch that everyone who tried to tell me on the show left out that I would have watched it sooner had I known. Half-hour episodes.
Oh, there you go.
So that's I if you're gonna recommend me a show and it's 45 minutes, I'm probably not gonna watch it. But it's half an hour, I'm in, man.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunate because I'm rewatching the Orville and those are like 40, 45 minute episodes.
Yeah, I bet
I
it's
love
great.
them.
I bet it's
I love
great.
them. They're
Yeah,
short seasons and there's only three of them. So I was like, I'm almost done.
there's only three and they're short. All right.
Yeah. My only problem is like the only problem I have like right now, not for the shows, for my streaming, is that there's like 6 shows I'm watching.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch like an extended period of time. I'll watch them and then I'll jump into something else. Like I'm still trying to like I'm watching Yorville. I got like another season and a half left of that. But I'm also trying to watch the original King of the Hill. I'm also trying to watch Modern Family. I just started rewatching Psych. I'm watching Burn Notice. It's just like I keep jumping around. And I thought like one of my things I could do, I guess this is what I'm freaking thinking about, is I think when growing up and what kind of like helped me, not what helped me, but like what got ingrained in me
Hmm.
is TV blocks. Like we talk about like Sunday nights on Fox, like Simpsons, King of the Hill, like show after show after
Yep.
show. You get home from school and you're watching TV, you're watching show after show after show. I'm thinking if I could figure out a way to give myself a schedule of like I'm gonna watch an episode, an episode, an episode, an episode, and like kind of help me get back into that idea of how I watch TV, how I watch shows.
Right.
I think that's what's going to normalize for me. So maybe I'll watch one episode of King of the Hill, and then I'll watch one episode of Bones. I'll watch one episode of Burn Notice. I'll watch one episode of Yorville. I'll just
Good
bounce
way to do
through
it.
them. Right?
Yeah.
That one I don't got to
I,
watch.
I found I miss network television
Mhm.
actually.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I ever since I got rid of cable, I uh I do miss it. I kind of wish
Yep.
I wish it was more affordable. I don't wish I would. I mean, I could easily get it back if I wanted to.
Hmm.
I just don't want to pay it. The fact that I can enjoy my streaming, and I'm paying $40 a month in total streaming services outside of Amazon, which I'm
Hmm.
still debating if I want to keep Amazon or not because everyone gets Amazon Prime now.
Yep.
Like, how do I got to spend nearly $200 a year just for that and to use Amazon TV that I may watch a movie from time to time, but it's
Yep.
like it's just not worth it to me. But I spent $80 to Comcast on cable rather than the 250 I was spending just to have television.
Yep.
So I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the I don't know. I don't know if it exists right now. Hold on, let's see if it does. Because I want to coin a new phrase if it doesn't. Okay, so it does exist, but so block streaming is blocking out streaming. I'm gonna coin it now. It's called block streaming, where you're streaming multiple episodes at once. I'm going back to it. I'm going to
Nice.
block streaming, coining it right now.
I'm
Coining it
in.
right now. I'm putting it. This is the show title of this episode. Block streaming. You got 5 shows you want to watch. Don't watch, episode after episode, show by show by show by show. Enjoy yourselves.
Yep.
Do it all up. Get back to what we used to do back in the day when we had basic cable with cable boxes and that stupid little remote that had like 5 buttons on it. Block television. Block streaming. Here we go.
Word. I'm into it.
Hey Joe.
Wait. Is that what you're freaking thinking about?
That was my freaking thought. Block streaming. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
going back. Yeah, that's my freaking thought. Yeah,
Nice.
I wanna I wanna figure out a way for me to enjoy all my episodes rather than just watching 5 episodes of one thing, then getting bored and moving on to another thing.
Right.
Block streaming.
Perfect.
So I never get bored. And I go like, hey, today I'm gonna watch these episodes. Tomorrow I'm gonna watch these episodes. Just block it.
Nice.
Hey
Nice.
Joe.
Yeah.
Every week our listeners catch Cartoon Joe here on this freaking show. But of course, an hour of Cartoon Joe just isn't enough. So where can our viewers go?
If you need more Cartoon Joe, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, and Blue Sky by searching Geekcast Live.
Excellent. Guys, hey, as a reminder, we do have this freaky show coming up in just a matter of weeks. We're kicking it off first week of October, running through the entire month of October. I like the platform we did last year, where like each episode was designated to one thing. I think we're going to bring that back this year. I do have something unique I'm going to add to it. And I'm kind of like I'm a little bit excited about it because it's something I didn't realize actually existed until about a couple months ago. So it's about murder. It's about murderers, and not only that, the murderers I actually used to work with.
Nice. Whoa. All right.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about them on one of the episodes. So I'm really excited to kind of talk about that and get into October. Obviously, the Freaky Cemetery tour is coming back. Joe and I just ran through Iowa and did the recordings at the beginning of September. So those are gonna be coming out throughout the month of October, and you guys get to check those out just like you do annually. If I didn't get a chance to say it, which I don't believe I did, thank you to all those who are subscribing to FreakNet Studios. We did hit 500 subscribers over there, and the previous Freaky Cemeteries are still being viewed, and I can't wait for you guys to view these ones as well. One of the things Joe and I talked about while we were out doing the cemetery vlog is the goal and dream and ambition of growing this into something more than what it is, and we want to try doing that for you guys. So any ideas or suggestions of stuff you want to see, let us know. Comment on any YouTube video that we have. We're pretty good at responding to those comments over there, especially when people share their history of the cemeteries that we visit. But food rankings and stuff like that, feel free to share those with us. We love doing those. Whatever content we can bring you guys, let us know. We're going to keep doing that. And we're also going to go through the next 40 weeks to find out who the hot president is. So we appreciate you guys being listeners and fans of ours. Make sure you're following us on our social media platforms. Also, make sure you're following us on Discord if you guys aren't aware of it. FreakNet Studios does have a Discord channel that we are now incorporating all FreakNet Studio shows on as This Freaking Show, Just Freaking Wrestling, The Power Hour, Jedi Talk, and the Love and Intoxicated Podcast. Now we built a FreakNet Studios community that you all can now go to, be a part of, chat with whichever show you want to chat with. You can see all the notifications of when our shows get released there, as well as our new merchandise just came out. We have a new logo that's going to be released along with this episode. Travesty, after 10 years, finally has his own shirt. I'm really excited about it. We're going to come out with more merchandise so you guys can now own your own type of merchandise. This freaky show for the month of October, we have a new shirt and merchandise that's coming out for the month of October, including our logo on a tote bag that your kids could use to go trick-or-treating with. That's going to be available the first week of October, and you'll have plenty of time to get that ordered and ready for trick-or-treating because we want you guys to be a part of our family, regardless if it's Cartoon Joe or the Freak Show, whether it's this freaking show or this freaky show. And of course, the Freak Show will be back to be doing freaky tales. Make sure you guys send in any that you recommend or want him to read. Short stories, of course. Otherwise, we'll provide them for you guys to listen to.
Nice.
So, Joe, do you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Awesome. Guys, that's all I got. As always, I am Travesty.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freaky Show. This freaking show. I'm out.